of trouble understanding people's motivation for these two positions, treasurer and secretary. I feel like as they are related to the club, they're a bit indirectly related to the members. Kind of the reason why it never appealed to me. But and so, what do you three think you have to gain from this position? We're going to start with Eduardo, going to Matt, to Alton.
I guess for me is personal growth and leadership experience. I mean, even though treasurer doesn't influence the entire club, it does have a say in what goes on. And I think personally, I don't really I can collaborate with other people, but I haven't learned how to lead a group. I feel like treasurer, I can have some kind of experience going through that.
It's pretty much the same thing, just growing experience. I'll probably learn a lot from just handling all the duties that are placed onto me, and a lot of time management as well, which is really important during the third year. And leadership experience to be able to just manage a lot of responsibility.
Alton?
Like I said earlier, the main reason why I joined is because money is limited. So, and I don't want to have this club to be in debt in any aspect. So that's why I want to run credit.
Okay, thank you guys. Questions? Roulette.
Let's say you have $3,000 for the whole year and you can't fundraise. How would you allocate the money throughout the whole year?
You guys run away really well as a former treasurer.
That's right.
I'll go with Eduardo and Matt.
Okay. We only have 3,000 for the year?
Yes.
Alright. I guess for me personally, invest more of that into the retreat, just because for me, I feel like I had the most bonds created with you guys, and then allocate the rest as necessary with activities we do weekly, just because pairing up with different people each week, meeting new people every week is very important. So I feel like that's will be my priority. Retreat and activities, and the rest, I guess, if money is left over, have like a banquet or something like that.
I would also do retreat. Although I didn't go, I saw how the bonds grew stronger with one another. I saw my fellow first years; they grew really, really close, and I hope that continued on. That's why I want to keep, or I want to have the majority of the money to go to the retreat, and for each of the members to have an established bond with one another. For the rest of the money, again with activities, being able to help the members not have to pay as much for activities outside of Fusion, and being able to grow with them.
So, yeah, a big chunk would go into outside activities that would help grow your relationship with other people and grow this network. It seems like this club is mainly about listening. And then another good chunk would be to running just the basic weekly fees or costs that you have to go through every week. So that'll be also a big part of it. And then the smallest chunk would have to go to activities if that seems feasible. And yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Andrew?
So I see this, at least this year's the biggest struggle I think SC Treasure at least goes through is the $1,000 to $2,000 hit someone has to take every year for the winter retreat. So I took it this year, but so how do you plan on approaching that issue of either trying to raise enough money for it, or trying to ease the burden on someone, whatnot? How do you plan on doing it? How do you plan on reimbursing too?
I guess for retreat, if I had to, I will take the hit for it financially, because well, I'm pretty sure I can. Reimbursements, I don't know the process on how it's done here, but I've done it in high school, so I know how to deal with people. I'll make sure everybody gets reimbursed. I'll look out for people who's like, oh, you haven't been reimbursed yet. I'll help you out, or then actually do it, I guess.
The way I would do it, basically fundraise nonstop during fall quarter, because I don't have the money for it. But also I could ask the board if they could all pitch in together.
It's pretty straightforward, just fundraise for it. It would take some time, but I'm sure like after a while it would become like a huge priority to make sure that person is reimbursed, and you would have to discuss, like how you said, maybe split it and help reimburse that person.
So you guys had mentioned that you would spend most of the money on the retreats and the big events, but I was wondering which one you found more important, like a quality weekly meeting with quality materials, or spending most of the money on the bigger events and kind of skimping out on the general meetings. Which one do you think is like more important?
This for me, like I said, retreat, just because I felt like you're together for 2 days or 3, like 3 weeks there. And because for weeklies, you stay here for like an hour or so, then you go to after events. You talk a bit, and let's say you might see each other next week or not. But with retreat, you're together for 2 days straight. You stay up really late at night. The bonds grow closer. So I feel like money should be more allocated where people will have more fun, and just generally go down where it's not as important. It's important, but it's where we're able to skimp out on a few things. So the material we use is a bit off brand and what we want. I'll be okay with that.
Alvin?
The way I would do it, the focus would still be with the retreat. The way I would do it is try to put a cap on how much money we would spend on the retreat, and then try to figure out the past year's I guess usage of money for like materials for meetings and stuff like that, and then based off of that, that's how much I will put in for this whole retreat.
It really depends on where most of the members are showing up. If there's a lot of like interest and a lot of people are bringing friends, then general meetings seem like they'd be way more beneficial to invest in. But the retreat is also a huge part of making sure everyone's closer. But general meetings, I know for me, I was hooked to Fusion because I came to one general meeting and I just thought it was really fun. And if we can allocate a little bit more funds to that, then I think it will be enjoyable for the members.
Sherry and then Francis, and that's all we have left.
So distracting me. I'm not trying to be scary. It's fine. Can you? If I told you we tend to sell around 100 bacon wrapped hot dogs during our weekly fundraisers, can you give me a ballpark amount of how much the materials cost, and also a ballpark amount of how much revenue we get in for that day? You need to know how to estimate costs, so. I swear I'm not trying to be mean. It's really helpful for making budgets, knowing what the current market prices are.
This time we'll go Matt.
Taking into account inflation.
Taxes.
seems like it would cost maybe like $5 for like 6 hot dogs. Which that would be about 20 times.
I like it.
Then
Could be a big ballpark.
is it like maybe $200 cost,
Mhm.
and you'd sell 100 for $4. Is that it? $4 and make cost for marginal revenue $200. $200, I guess, for a day.
Okay.
Okay. That was actually my initial guess. Was about $230. Income or the marginal revenue? Probably like 70. Not as high as you would assume. Or we would assume.
Yes. Assuming all other costs are not, like, we have everything working, like the burners and
Mhm.
pans and everything, it's all free or borrowed. I also say they spend around $200, maybe make around maybe like 75-ish to 100.
Okay.
That's right.
200 is actually a bit higher than what we tend to spend, but your estimate around making 70 is about right.
So back me up on this, Sherry, but as I understand, Boba is like a 1-to-1 profit ratio, correct?
Yes,
So like 100, we'd end up making $100, right?
as long as they're all sold for $2.
As long as you're all compare that to like our very standard haul with bacon wrapped hot dogs, which could fluctuate between 70 or even up to 200 on bigger days like lasers. Do you think this will be the last question? Sorry, Brandon. So I was just kind of curious because bacon wrapped hot dogs made just about as much as boba did, but at the cost of a lot more work, and boba's a lot simpler and easier to sell. Can you guys comment on that dynamic? Is it worth doing bacon wrapped hot dogs if we just make as much money as boba?
Guess I go first. I say
That initiative.
boba is oversold. Yeah, everybody gets it. You get it whenever you want to go across the street, get it. Bacon wrapped hot dogs is hard to come by. So I say the extra work is to appeal to a broader audience, and for them to try something different than the usual is worth the extra.
Matt, take a shot.
Well, pretty much the same thing. It appeals to a lot more people because everyone sells boba, and I guess it's a bit of a bonding experience for preparing all that stuff.
What I was thinking was, what if you combine both?
Right, guys, take 9.
So instead of the 100 boba, 50 of the boba, and then half of the hot dog, a big hot dog. So then combo. Maybe then we'll have a higher margin.
Can you do the icebox special?
Okay,
We're done.
we're out of time, friends. Yeah, we need to get moving along. We do have one more position up for grabs, but please give these guys a round of applause.